Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Coach Eric. What is my name? Coach Eric. Great, welcome. We are here for the 8U Girls and Boys Orientation today. Thanks for coming. We really, this is actually meant to be somewhat interactive, and you'll see, hopefully, that it's interactive. So if you have questions, raise your hand or let me know. My first question to you is, I'll tell you this story. This is actually a new story. It's new this season. A mom is with her child, a little girl. The girl's in the stroller. They're going through the supermarket, and the girl is pulling stuff off the shelves and saying, "Mommy, buy this for me. Mommy, buy this for me." And the mom is saying, "Maggie, it's okay. It'll just be a few minutes. We'll be out of the supermarket." They go to check out, and the little girl is still in the stroller. She's pulling stuff off the shelves, saying, "Mommy, buy this for me. Mommy, buy this for me." And the mom is like, Maggie, it's okay. It's okay. We'll be out of the grocery store in just a few minutes." She's on her way out to the parking lot. Someone comes up and says to the mom, "Hey, that was amazing. You're just terrific with your little girl, Maggie." And the mom says, No, I'm Maggie." Thanks, Steph. You already heard this and you still laughed. Yeah, okay. You're here for the whole second round. This one's for the kids. A man is sitting in his office. He's rolling something in his fingers, and his boss comes in and takes it from him. He takes it from him and says, "Wow, this is amazing. It's kind of hard, but it's kind of squishy, kind of rubbery. What is it? And where'd you get it?" He says, "I got it from my nose."
Oh no.
Oh no. And why was Cinderella so bad at soccer? Didn't have shoes. Who said? I heard it over here. Because her coach turned into a pumpkin, and she ran away from the ball. I don't even know if anyone knows the story of Cinderella anymore. Okay. You guys are 8U. All your games will be at Miller Middle School. You're going to need this goal combo. It unlocks the goals. It unlocks the shack with all of the equipment in it. And most importantly, it unlocks the porta potty, which you will need access to at some point. So the code here is 8684. Everyone say it?
8684.
Excellent. So don't give this to your kids. Kids, say 8684. Okay, so if you guys forget it, your kids know it. Okay. Here's all the contact information. Memorize this. You don't have to take a picture. I'm going to post these slides. And there'll be a video recording. You can always email me, but it'll be slower. But if you email these people, it'll be faster. So I just wanted you to have this. And we should have handouts with this information as well, so don't worry. Okay, there are 6 AYSO philosophies. How many philosophies are there?
6.
Excellent. By the way, if you're just coming in for the little kids, which is most of you, there's some books over there. Grab 2 or 3 books and break them to your seat, just because this is mostly for the adults. And the books are for the kids. 6 AYSO philosophies. 1 is player development. Everyone say it.
Player development.
So what does player development mean? Can anybody guess what player development means?
Developing players.
Developing players. Fantastic. This man is a teacher. I'm so excited for the future of our society. It does not mean winning at all costs. It means player development over winning. Balanced teams means we try to balance the team so that we have a good competitive situation. And then open registration means you can live anywhere and you can play in our region. There's no geographical boundaries like you have with Little League. Our season will start on September 7th and run through November 9th. We hope the last 2 weeks to have a tournament, but I'm going to talk to you guys about it. If I forget, remind me about the tournament at the end. What do you call an elephant that rides a bus? What do you call an elephant that rides a bus? An elephant, that's true. A passenger. Okay, so player development to Coach Eric means 500 touches for each hour of activity. So in general, what I suggest to the coaches is that every kid has a ball. So if you don't have the ball, buy a ball and bring it. That they have more exercises for the kids to do on their own where they're passing it. So at least half the time they have the ball and most of the time they have the ball at their feet. And then this is only 8U, so you're really just rotating through defense or offensive positions. if you can get them to play positions at all. So that's just the idea is that it's about player development, and then for Eric, it's 500 touches per hour of play. What do you give a seasick elephant? What do you give a seasick elephant? A lot of space, that's right. Okay, I really believe in this statement. Making time makes us human and humanizes us. And what that means is, everybody in this organization that you see here is a volunteer. So I'm a volunteer. I don't have kids in the program anymore. Floy has 2 beautiful children. She's back there volunteering, and she brought one of her 2 perfect children with you, the guy in blue. Raise your hand, Loden. Wave. Yeah. You've never seen a kid play until you've seen Loden play. Anyway, we're all volunteers. We don't get paid, but we make time to do this and to organize. We put hundreds of hours in this, and your coaches, like Coach Ian over there, is going to leave work early, and he's going to drive an hour to get his kids, another half hour to get here. So he's making time for the kids. The coaches are making time. When you make time to volunteer, you're making time that you're investing in our kids. So it makes you human, it makes us human, it makes us more relatable to each other. So the question is what makes AOS so great for our kids? Who said that? Steph? Oh, you've seen this before. Yes, that's right. Volunteers make it great. Volunteers make it great. So you are all going to be volunteers in one way or another. And we're going to be asking for it. So the program here I'm going to talk about this real quick. Before we get into AU specifics. I'm studying something, but I just wanted to talk to you. For some of you, you've signed up your kids. I really believe that everything is based on choice. You chose to be here today, and I want you to live in choice. So if you ever hear someone just say, what's your name? How? You have to come to this meeting for soccer. It's mandatory. How does that feel when I say it like that? Yeah, you don't really want to come. You resist, right? But if I said, hey, Hal, I would love to have you come. You're invited to come to this meeting and get a lot of information. How does that feel?
Much better.
Much better. Okay, perfect. Thank you. You're the perfect audience member. Okay. So the idea is that I really want you guys to live in choice. So even if you see an email or someone say you have to do something, I want you to hear it, first of all, as an invitation. And secondly, it really is an invitation for you to participate, volunteer, and to give and to become human and to be human with all of us. In that regard, I'm going to suggest that when you're working with your kids, as much as you want the kids to get exercise and you paid for this program, to not coerce or bribe, but to have them live in choice as well. So what that means to me is sometimes they're not going to want to play. If they're not wanting to play, it's because there's something inside them that isn't quite matching what they want to do at that time. So one of the things is a kid can be scared, they can be tired, they can be thirsty, they can be hot. So try to connect with them first and understand what they're feeling and see if you can get them to express what they're feeling. So if you can have that discussion with them, are you tired, are you scared, are you hot, do you need water, whatever it is. And then that actually calms their nervous system down so you can talk to them. And then the second phase is to try to figure out what it is that they really need, whether it's water or rest or shade or something else. So this is just my suggestion is that I'm inviting you to try this out. If they're resisting going to practice, if they're resisting to play, just talk to them, see how they're feeling, and see what they might need. And then usually, I've done this now for thousands of hours in this age group, and I've been able to get kids back on the field 99% of the time. That's my suggestion. What is the goal combo? 8684, that's right. And you're going to write that on the back of your cell phone. Mandy? I have books over here if you want some books to read, okay? No? Okay. Hi, Sarah. Okay. Okay, the only 6 words you ever need to say to your child. Does anybody know what these 6 words are other than Stephanie? Stephanie, do you remember?
I love to watch you play.
I love to watch you play. So there's a whole ton of psychological research around this for kids, for parents of kids who perform, whether it's music or dance or sports. These are the only 6 words you ever need to say to your kids. Oh, Sid, you're here. I didn't see you. You're so quiet. Wait, no, you're not Sid, are you? What's your name? Yeah. Sorry, Prashant. Prashant, I didn't see you. Okay. Okay, so here's some other suggestions. You can Google those words. I love to watch you play. There's all kinds of articles on this. Some things that you could say before the competition: have fun, play hard, I love you, and after the competition, did you have fun? I'm proud of you, I love you. It's a little different if you're the coach, but and if you need coaching on coaching, I can do it. But I think you probably know you have different hats to wear. Picture day. Now, this is what you should expect to see on your refrigerator in about 16 years. They start off in the upper left and they end up in the lower right. So you're going to get a picture package which includes a refrigerator magnet, one refrigerator magnet, and one 8x10. And on the 8x10 will be one picture of your kid and the team picture. And that's it. That's included with your registration. You want to order more pictures probably, and specifically you want to order those refrigerator magnets. How many refrigerator magnets do you want to order? Does anybody remember other than Stephanie? 4. Why 4? Oh, I put it up there. Thanks. Does anybody remember why 4? Grandparents. Someone said grandparents. But why would you need 4 if you have 4 grandparents? In case they split up. That's exactly right. Thanks. Did you order 4? Because your parents are all
We're optimists.
Oh, you're optimists. Yeah, some people need 6 or 8. That's the way it is today. Okay, so here we're going to do a little bit of communication training because I find this useful, especially at this age group, because people start now to think that their kids are World Cup players. So, your name again, Hal? Hal, come on up here, please. I'd like you to meet my son, Hal. He's an 8U boy player. He's just scored a goal. He's going to come up to me.
Hey, Dad, it's like a goal.
That's a good answer.
Let's try that stuff fast. One more time.
Dad, it's like a goal.
Next time, Hal, you better look up because you just looked down at the ball. You didn't even know. You were lucky when you did that. Next time you look up, how does that feel?
I never come here again.
You never come here. Thank you, Hal. Perfect. Okay, this is called active destructive communication. You're actually actively destroying their celebration of what they've just accomplished. Now, you may have a boss or a spouse, probably not a spouse, but you may have a boss or a spouse or someone who does this where you tell them about your accomplishment and say, next time you need to do this. Okay, that's active destructive. Okay, the next one is, what's your name, sir? Rakesh. Rakesh, come on up here.
I sit on the first row.
Okay.
Dad, I scored a goal.
Wow, that's great. Thank you. Okay, this is called passive destructive. So, oh no, I screwed that up. Sorry, come back again. Come back. One time, I messed that up. I really messed it up. One more time.
Dad, I scored a goal.
Well, let me tell you a story. When I was your age in 8U, I scored 5 goals in 2 minutes. Okay, sit down. Thanks. Okay, so this is passive destructive. This is where you talk about your success instead of their success. So, also doesn't feel great, and you know these conversations because you've had these with your colleagues and friends and brothers and sisters. Whether you're telling them something you did that was great, and then they tell you something about something they did. It's great. Okay, here's the next one. Your name, sir? Arvin, come on up here, Arvin. Okay, same thing.
Dad, I scored a goal.
Wow, that's great. How does that feel? Does that feel good? It feels good over there. It's better than the other one. Okay, this is called passive constructive. So, this acknowledges it, but it doesn't really celebrate it. So, the idea is that, it's positive, but it's not specific. So, the last one is active constructive. Winnie, could you come up here a second? This is my daughter. Come on up. So, the same thing.
Dad, I scored a goal.
Got your mouth.
Oh, you've done this already.
Yeah. One more time. Okay.
Dad, I scored a goal.
Wow. So yeah, I saw that. You have been going to practice. You haven't missed a single practice. You've been practicing everything. What else did you do to make that happen? Tell me more.
Well, I was running. I kicked the ball, and I was working hard.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. So this idea is that you get them to celebrate or savor the experience and go back over the effort that they put into. Whether it's that she worked hard, that she practiced, that she passed the ball and got it back, that she trusted her teammate, all of these other elements. So this is really the space that I recommend you be in with your kids in general, with your soccer coaches potentially, and if you wanted to at work and maybe with your spouse. So I just wanted to give you this idea as something to work with, that if you stay in this active constructive space, it helps the person to repeat the behavior which you want to see. Okay? So that's what positive coaching is. Everyone say positive coaching?
Positive coaching.
So positive coaching is really about celebrating what people do well, technically and specifically, so that they can continue to repeat that activity. Hi, Brian. Hey, guys, can you do me a favor? Can you grab a book and read a book, please? Thank you. So that was really specific what I asked them to do, right? And it took less than 5 seconds to give it. They know I don't need to tell them, hey, shut up. But I can tell them, hey, just grab a book and read a book, right? And it's not a problem. But the other thing is that I wanted to, let's see, we'll try one more thing. Rakesh, come back up here. Rakesh, come back up here. You're Arvind. Stay here, stay here.
I was like,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No,
Rakesh,
yeah.
Rakesh. My son, I should be able to recognize him by now. So this is the way I would do it. If I was to give him a direction, and again, you can try this with your kids. So I'll give you the example I do at home. You're sitting, okay. Hey, Rakesh, it's great. I see that you came home, and I see that you cleaned up the dishes from this morning. You made food, you cleaned up those dishes, you took out the garbage, you brought in the mail, and you washed your lunchbox. That's really great. How's your homework?
can I get a candy now? That's what happens in my house.
No, that's fine.
Let's stick to the script.
No, that's all right. That's all right. In my house, the candy is unlimited. I'm not kidding. Candy is unlimited. We don't restrict it. So I would say, I noticed that your homework isn't done. Would you be willing to do the homework now?
Okay.
Yeah, but you're getting candy. Okay. Okay. So the idea is that I gave him specific things that he did well to reinforce the behavior, and then I did the one correction, which only takes 1 to 15 seconds. Now the coaches, the way they should be running their practices is they should be drilling for specific things and looking for things and training for those things in the sessions, and then give kids potentially homework to work on things, but not to give huge amounts of instructions or corrections at the time. But all corrections are done in the context of positive coaching. If I tell Rakesh what he did well, Arvind hears it and Hal hears it, and they're also reinforced. So that's how positive coaching works, and it's why it's one of the fundamental AYSO philosophies. There are 3 types of people: those who can count and those who can't. Okay, here's the AU game format. Everything's going to be at Miller Middle School, and actually I'm not quite sure if anybody has the answer to this right now. So there's no offsides, there's no goalkeepers. We are doing throw-ins. And I really don't know this. We're going to have to figure it out before the first game day, which is September 7th. We may or may not split the teams onto 2 fields. I'm not sure how many kids are on each team. So we'll either have everybody on the field, in which case we want to do 4v4, and then we'll rotate players. What? Sam? Sam, are we doing split to 2 fields or 1 field? Okay. For boys, we're splitting 2 fields, and we'll play 4v4 or 3v3. And the reason we do 4v4 and we don't want to do 5v5 is we want more ball touches for better, faster player development. And then if we can't, then we do 3v3, and we can rotate people out. Okay? And then we usually do rotation only at the... I can't remember actually. Did you do, Ian, did you sub players, did you do free subs or did you only sub at the quarter? Okay. Brian?
Depends on your rep. Free subs part of the time, and then they count time for others.
Okay. So it depends on who your ref is. Thanks.
I think we just did it when the kids were.
Okay, you think you did it when the... Okay, so I apologize, I don't have the directive on this. We'll try to get you the right a directive of some kind. But in general, my philosophy is it's still at this age is that if the kids are really tired, that we pull them out and let them sit. Hey kids, do me a favor, grab a book to read, please. Grab a book to read.
Eric, though, I think generally people did just make something for them because the natural pause.
Okay.
If it really needed to come up, then we made something anyway.
Yeah, so perfect. So that's the way I thought it was. So in general, we're going to sub at the quarter breaks. And then if someone really gets tired, you can sub them at that time. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Brian. We will try to do this where we put intermediate or advanced players on one field and beginner players on another field. That way they're better matched. And for the advanced, it's going to be generally 4v4, and for the beginner, it's going to be more 3v3. The reason is we want more ball touches for faster player development. Any questions about that? Okay, so one thing we do need to do, and we're going to ask you to, we're going to break you into teams later. We need something we call an 8U official, and that person is our referee who runs things. And we actually are, fortunately, we have trainers here today, professional soccer, our trainers who have many years of experience. So we're going to ask for 1 or 2 per team. 1 is perfect, 2 is even better, but 1 per team. Again, remember this is an invitation. It's a volunteer job. It's fun. You're going to be out there anyway, Prashant. So if you want to run around with the kids, it's a lot of fun. You get this really cool yellow dry fit t-shirt that goes with it. The training is a little bit longer than I'd love. It's 4 hours and it immediately follows at about 2 o'clock. So please think about doing this if you are not the coach. Please think about doing this because we do need them, and you're going to be out there anyway. And if we get enough people, you're only doing half the session anyway. If you choose to do that, a couple things. You need to go over there and sign up on the computer, and then you need to take a class which will start at 2 o'clock and it will run for 4 hours with a field training session. Please, please, please consider doing that, because if you don't have it, somebody's going to have to volunteer to do it anyway. We're going to have 10 weeks, we're going to actually have 8 weeks of games, excuse me, and then 2 weeks of tournament, but here's what it is. Okay, who was here either last season or the previous season? And raise your hand if you were here. Okay. Did you like the tournament? Raise your hand if you liked the tournament. Okay. Here's the deal. Our tournament chair, resigned, so we need tournament volunteers. We're also going to be asking for tournament volunteers from each team. If we get 1 per team, that'll be great. If we get 1 for every team, we can probably do it. But we are going to need a lead to make that happen. So if we don't get the leads, then we won't have the tournament. We'll just have regular games, which is fine. If we do, then we'll have the tournament, and you'll get more playtime, and you'll get that tournament experience. And, you may not want to, but we'll see how it goes.
Last year, I remember it was really hard because I had quality and like stuff, and it went from week to week to week.
Oh, yeah, last year we had the fires, right? Yeah, that was yeah. I'll tell you what, I'll try to guarantee no fires this season. Yeah. Other questions about the format? A couple other questions that I get. You have to have shin guards, and we're selling shin guards there for $5 donation. They are awesome black with pink on them. You do not have to have cleats, but you have to have closed-toed shoes the kids can run in. It's okay to have cleats, but you don't have to have them, okay? It is kind of fun to go get them with the kids if you consider buying shoes with your kids' fun. Last one, the last philosophy is everyone plays. Everyone say it?
Everyone plays.
Thank you very much. And what does that mean? Perfect, everyone plays, that's right. What's the goal combo? Perfect, okay. So our idea is that our philosophy is the game is the best teacher. So we try to get the kids on the field more time, because more play time means more player development, more ball touches means. The national standard is at least 50% of each game. We really try to get more than 50%, 75% if we can. Anybody here an English major? Raise your hand if you're an English major. English major? Do you remember this joke? Okay. Why are there no English majors on the Starship Enterprise? Because there's still no jobs for them in the future. Oh, there's still one more philosophy. My mom was an English major. She had a master's in English. And then she became an accountant for a hedge fund. Our last AYSO philosophy is good sportsmanship. Everyone say it. Thank you very much. What does that mean? Yes, that's right. It means good sportsmanship. Can anyone define good sportsmanship for me? What's that? There's no winning or losing. I'm going to give you a B plus on that answer. Other ones?
Be respectful.
Be respectful. Thank you, Coach Ian. Be a great teammate. Thank you so much, little Winnie. So, I define this as respect and kindness. I love this. It's respect and kindness. And so my question then is, who do we give respect and kindness to? Everyone. It's like you've been here before, you actually know the answer to this. So everyone. So this includes the referees and the AU officials and your opposing coaches. So my question is who is on your team? Everyone. That's right. Everyone's on your team. God, she's just like, I really want to get through this. This is her second time. So all coaches and referees are on the same team. So if you have a concern that you know about ahead of time, you're not going to have enough players, or this particular player is having a great day or not a great day, you can have a discussion with the other coach, with the AU official, whoever it is, and you guys can work it out. So the idea is we're all on the same team trying to do the same thing, which is to give our kids a great soccer experience, a great team experience, and just a great day. Do you know why you can't trust an atom? That's right, because they make up everything. That's right. Okay. What's the goal combo? Okay, don't tell your kids. One other thing is, this is the hardest thing. Marionetting is where you kind of tell people to do what to do all the time. It's a little bit like micromanagement. How? Kick the ball. I'm sorry, Rajiv. Rajat. Rakesh. Pass. Or Arvind. Run. Okay, this is called marionetting. We don't recommend this because of all the sports, this is really an individual team. It's an individual sport. It's a player sport. If you watch a lot of soccer coaches, they won't be professional ones. Actually, a lot of them do yell, but a lot of them also don't yell. So my recommendation is when you cheer is to cheer, encouragement, but not actions. So team volunteers, you're going to do a team meeting after this. So there's signs up here with your teams on them, so you're going to go meet. And the first thing you're going to do is find your team coach. You're going to have your team coach, but you're going to, the purpose is to actually get you guys to volunteer and to get organized and to learn each other's names, to really form that team. You're going to get a team manager. So if you're lucky enough to have a coach, which I think all of you have a coach, if you're lucky enough to have a coach, the coach is going to be responsible for getting training sessions ready, setting up the field beforehand, encouraging the kids, working with the kids. The team manager manages the parents. So coach is for the kids, the team manager is for the parents. So you're going to coordinate all the team volunteers so the coach can coach the kids, remind the parents of volunteer duties, and then set up some sort of a web management thing. So we like Shutterfly Share. You can set up everything there. And so some of the jobs are, and then you also have the head coach and the assistant coach. The head coach is principally responsible, and then the assistant coach fills in when the head coach isn't there. Both have to be trained. And by the way, we have team manager training tomorrow also online. We need to make sure we have that so you guys know. Field liners, at this age group, we need 1 to 2 field liners per team. There is field lining training after this at 2 o'clock. So goal parent and field lining training, I believe, is both at roughly 2 o'clock at Miller Middle School. So we'll need 1 or 2 people. So if you're not going to be the team manager and you're not going to be the coach, field lining would be great, a great help to us. Also, goal parents who put away the goals or put them up. So if you're the first team there, you set up the goals. If you're the last team there and you don't see anyone coming, you put away the goals. And you just have to look. By the way, all of these positions you're going to have to ivolunteer.com to sign up. And I'll explain that in a minute. Again, there's a tournament working group. If you want to be a tournament person, you got to let us know so that we can organize that. What is the most important part of soccer? Fun and snacks. That's right, snacks. Thank you. Okay, so snacks. So you're going to have a snack coordinator. The snack coordinator is going to have everybody signed up today. So you get at least the first few weeks signed up. Email, phone number, social security number, all that's information. Snack coordinator reminds everybody of what what's going on, and who's up next, who's up the next week, any allergies, those kinds of things. Most important job probably on the team, even more important than the coach potentially. At this age, we need that 8U official who's going to run the games. Again, training is from 2 to 4, and we'd really like to have 1 per team. If we don't have them, someone's going to end up doing it anyway. So please, 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 if you can make time today to do that from 2 to 4, it would be really, really great. Does anybody have any questions about this particular thing? A lot of you are new to this, I know. Please consider doing that, because if we find we don't have enough, it's going to be... It's going to run from 2 to 4. I'm sorry, you're right, 2 to 6. Yes. Yeah, it's okay. Who is that? Do I know you? No, okay.
I'm your son.
Oh, hi, my son, Mike. Yeah, I have so many children. Thank you. Yes, initially we wanted it to be 3 hours. It somehow has ballooned to 4 hours. And it runs from 2 to 6 immediately following this. You do have to go over there and register in the system. You do the background checks, but you get an awesome dry fit t-shirt and maybe even a whistle, and you get some really good training. So please, Mike and other people, please consider, Rashawn, please consider volunteering for this. Oh, what's big, red, and eats rocks? A big red rock eater.
I said I was going to laugh at everyone, but
Yeah, I think I'll skip that one after that comment. Thanks to you. So again, we want to have 1 or 2 gold parents per team. Again, gold parent training at Miller today. If you really know how to do this, great. If you don't, it's only about a half hour to go. Go to Miller after this, and you'll get a sheet on the exact time. But if you show up there at 2 o'clock, they probably won't send you away. And again, if you're the first people on the field, and you should be there early so your coach can warm up the kids, while the coach is warming up the kids and you're the first there, you'll set up the fields, you'll pull the goals out, and you will stake them down so the goals don't fall over and hurt the kids, okay? And then if you're the last ones there, you take the goals, drag them back, lock them up with the goal combo code. What's the goal combo? Right, and then you put the equipment back in the shed. A few other things. Assuming you appreciate your coach, you'll get a coach gift of some kind for them. I recommend Amazon gift cards. Assuming you have an 8U official, you'll get an 8U official gift card for them. You'll have someone organize an end of season party. And then you will decide if you want to do trophies or gifts or medals. And we'll provide you with all the contact information for those kinds of things. You're responsible for paying for those things yourselves. At this age group, we really try to have the parents be as independent as teams as possible. The other thing you may want to do is once you pick your name, you want to have a banner, logo, and the kids' names on it. You can buy one or you can have someone make them. My wife would spend 20 hours making one each season, so I dragged that thing out and put it up every chance I got. So either make them or build them. This is optional, but you can do that. End of game, we'd really like you to do a cheer for the other team, and then you line up and you do high fives with the other team and with the AU officials. Again, Shutterfly Share Site is a great way to manage your team. So we're going to go into the team meetings now, and let me just explain one last time. Make note of your team number. Once you have it, write it down with a permanent marker on your phone and on your forehead. Know your coach's name, and then the kids will pick a team name and hopefully get to know each other a little bit. You need to go to ayso64.ivolunteer.com. I really need to fix this slide. .com, and fill in the volunteer positions you pick for field lining and for goal parents and a few other ones. Once you've done that on your phone, you can do it on the computers too. You go up there and you'll get a ticket for your goal parent and for your field liner. And then they will go to Miller at 2 o'clock or whatever time is appropriate, and they'll check in there, okay? Again, field liner training at Miller. If you are a new 8U coach, we will have training starting at 2 o'clock here, and an 8U official training, which will be 4 hours, not 3.5, Mike. 4 hours, well, starting at 2 o'clock. When you get your uniforms next Thursday, so you're going to have someone pick up the uniforms. I think it's next Thursday. Line up the kids from smallest to largest and give them out from smallest to largest. I don't want you to let the uniforms won't fit. I'm sorry. It would be great to have. We're a volunteer organization. We can't do everything. There's a chance that they'll have something that's too big. If it's really too small, then you can contact us. But most likely, we're going to ask you to try to make do as best you can. And again, I'm sorry, this is not correct. It should be ayso64.ivolunteer.com. That's it. So again, when you're done, anybody who registers to be a team manager training is tomorrow, 1 p.m. Online, and we'll send out an invitation. Coach training at 2 o'clock. 8U official training here from 2 to 6 o'clock. Field lining and goal parent training at Miller at 2 o'clock. Fill out the ivolunteer.com form, AYSO64. Then go up there and get those stickers. And then we will have water bottles for everyone who turns in everything. We'll have those for you probably next week or on September 7th at the field. Are there any questions, concerns, or elephant jokes? No elephants jokes? Not one?
Why do elephants paint their toenails red?
Why do elephants paint their toenails red, Doug?
So they can hide in cherry trees.
So they can hide in cherry trees. Thank you.